Good afternoon. Welcome back to Guna Matters. It's Monday today, the 8th of July, and we still have just about 2 months left on the transfer window, the summer transfer window for the Premier League. Just a couple of updates on what's happening in the transfer window. There's a lot of rumors over the weekend again, but all of that after this video. Yes, hit the like button. Subscribe to Guna Matters, and you will get all the notifications if you hit the bell of the notifications. All right, let's get into it. Riccardo Calafiori is not going away. There's a lot of talks about it. There's so many reports saying that it's very, very close, and which is very, very good. So again, 42 million is what Vladimir wants. Personal terms has been agreed with Arsenal and the player. It's just now the two clubs need to sort out what is the upfront payment, what is the add-ons, and all the terms and that sort of thing. And yeah, then we're good to go. So that's purely what it is. But what I didn't say last week is, or I didn't hear anybody else speak about this, is his fitness, his medical history, and I'm a bit concerned about his medical history. If you look at this little slide, let me just open mine here, so I can see so lekker there. There's a whole lot of seasons before last season. The season before last, he was laying off 11, 13, 15, 16 days out of a season. So there's a lot of 16 days, and he's got unknown injuries and obviously a torn muscle fiber and a muscle problem. And then the season before that, 21, 22, also unknown injuries, muscle problems here and there. So he laid off in that season 13, 14, 16, 20. 20 days out of a season, that's a hell of a lot of time. And then the 2021 season, hamstring muscle injury, 11 days. Hamstring muscle injury, 7 days, that's 18. And hamstring muscle injuries, that's 16, that is 24. And another coronavirus, which is 9 days, which is right in the year, the coronavirus, the corona season. Again, it's a lot of 24 plus 9, we're looking at 35 days, that's our season. So yeah, it's a lot of illnesses there. And then 19-20 season, it was a ligament injury, and an 18-19 season also ligament injury for 75 days. So it's a lot of time off from the pitch. And that was when he was still younger. He's only 22 now, and hopefully that has been cleared up and has been dealt with. There's my ugly mug as well. I'm not very impressed with the injury list there. However, last season was not that bad. He got a knock and he only had 2 days out, 2 games out. So yeah, it's a lot of games missed, and it's a hell of an injury history in terms of ligaments and muscles and all sorts of things. And I'm hoping that he could be fit going forward. I mean, he seems like a fit guy. Last season, as I said, only 2 games out with a knock, but he is recovered and he has gone through the season obviously unscathed. He's gone through the Euros unscathed. He had a good Euros. Until obviously he got suspended and he wasn't part of the last game. So question gets asked in my mind is that if you were available for Italy last 16 game, would he have made a difference in terms of keeping them in the running of the quarterfinals? Probably, because he's that good. It's only on national level. Obviously, Bologna has got highly thoughts about him. So I'm hoping to see some sort of, should he come to Arsenal, that he be fit and keep fit. And then, of course, I want to just go closer to home, which is Aaron Ramsdale. And now we know the whole goalkeeper saga when David Raya came in. There were so many talks about having two number one goalkeepers in one team. It's going to only cause trouble and I think, and a lot of people said it after the Brentford game where David Raya was not eligible to play, and we beat them 2-1, and that was Ramsey's last game, I think, in the Premier League for Arsenal, and everybody said that would have been his last game because of the mistakes that he made in that game, even though he redeemed himself in that game. And this youngster obviously is now at that stage where he wants to leave. He wants to play football. He wants to become an England number one, and he wants to be a Premier League goalkeeper. And I'm thinking he's good. I mean, he hasn't done much wrong in not season last year because he was mostly on the bench the season before, where Arsenal also challenged and came on second. And lost out to Man City once again, and that's the season people will say he bottled it. Now, Aaron Ramsdale, goalkeeper, I think I rate him very high because of his ability, but he's still young. A goalkeeper is one of the positions that and obviously get so much confidence as they grow older in that position. I mean, you're looking at Buffon, you're looking at Neuer, you're looking at David Seaman, you're looking at Howard, you're looking at so many other goalkeepers that are old, not old, but in their late 20s to 30s, early 30s, and they're still doing well, and that's the peak of a goalkeeper. So yeah, Arsenal slap a £50 million value on him, and there's no real suggestion as to where it goes. So there's reports saying that let's read a bit of the reports. Arsenal ready to sanction the departure of 26-year-old first-team ace for £50 million. Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale is expected to leave the club this summer, and it will be interesting to see where he ends up. The Gunners will demand a substantial amount of money for his services, and it remains to be seen if any club is willing to break the bank for the 26-year-old Englishman. A report from The Sun claims that Arsenal value him at £50 million, and there's no doubt that Ramsdale is a quality goalkeeper who has proven himself in the Premier League, and however, expecting clubs to pay £50 million for him might not be the best idea. Because the clubs obviously now know that Ramsdale has been on the bench for most of the season. I think he played 2 or 4 games. So yeah, that is the downside of it all. However, I think he is a quality goalkeeper and he can only become better. Now, having said that about Ramsdale, this is the keeper that Ornstein has been saying that Arsenal has made contact with Wolves for Dan Bentley, and the required value, I'm not even sure what is happening there. The required value is not clear because I've looked for any sort of confirmation of what is the value. Transfer market shows him at 2 million. And that's 2 million euros, which is very, very little. However, that is not exactly the amount that Wolves obviously wants. And Wolves said that they want if the correct amount has been put on the table, they will obviously consider him because he's also got a host of experience. 30-year-old. He's played over 400 games for the English leagues, over various leagues, top flight, League One, League Two. You obviously have the know-how how to balance himself between the sticks and how to obviously go about being a number one of the team. And he's played for many clubs in the Championship and in the Premier League. He's been at Brentford as well. Now he's at Wolves, and Wolves want obviously some good money for him. He's 30 years old, and Arsenal are wanting to bring him in as a number 2 for David Raya, which just signed last week as a permanent deal after Arsenal has activated the buyout clause. Now, I don't know much about this goalkeeper, Daniel Bentley. All I know is that when we played Wolves last season, Edin Ketia was the attacker, and he was obviously very slow to react to a ball, but the keeper is apparently very good in the air. He's quite tall, actually. But yeah, let's see whether David Ornstein has brought in some good insight regarding this goalkeeper. So I rate David Ornstein very high, because most of the information that he brings is not just because he wants to sort of get a lot of likes or airtime on the socials or he's working for the Athletic, and he's very reputable and a very trusted source. So he said that Arsenal has made contact with Wolves regarding this player, and also the other player Arsenal was asking about, and that is Pedro Neto for Wolves. So could Arsenal give out £45 million for the two players? Pedro Neto is not leaving. It's not going away from the reports, the rumours, and whatever else is there. Arsenal made contact for double Wolves' raid that will force the disgruntled 30 mil star out. Arsenal have ignited a double raid for Wolves in the hopes of signing a new goalkeeper and a wide forward. And one of the deals would almost certainly force an unsettled 30 million star out after making a never again claim. The Gunners have already announced their first two signings of the summer, and both came into the goalkeeping department, and one for the youngsters, which is the Danish Lucas Nygaard for the academy. So they are looking obviously to look for backups for David Raya, and of course Pedro Neto is playing on the right hand side, and he will obviously fight and compete with Bukayo Saka. Now, Mikel Arteta's first choice, leaving Ramsdale facing another season warming the bench, I doubt, because Ramsdale obviously wants to leave. And when speaking to TalkSport early in June, Ramsdale vowed never again when discussing the stresses and strains of being rooted to the bench for much of the season. Therefore, Arsenal obviously reached out to Wolves for Dan Bentley, and also for what's his name? Pedro Neto, pardon me. Now, the Athletic revealed Arsenal have contacted Wolves over the possibility of signing 30-year-old goalkeeper Dan Bentley. The stopper is viewed as an excellent backup to Raya and would count towards the homegrown quota, and has been identified as having the right type of character to mesh well with Arsenal troops. Now, Wolves do not wish to sell Bentley, just to put that in there, because he's primarily serving as a backup to Jose Sa at Wolves. And I think he had more game time than even Ramsdale had for the season. And the report obviously suggested that they could be convinced to cash in if suitable bids are obviously lodged. Also, Arsenal had made contact for Pedro Neto, and also talking to Team Talk. Team Talk, sorry, has learned that Arsenal are showing stronger and stronger interest in Bentley's Wolves teammate Pedro Neto. The electric left-footed winger has a £60 million tag. Those sources close to the situation believe a deal could be made for 50 million. And Neto, who's only 24, has bagged 11 goals and contributions in 20 Premier League appearances. Also, remember that he was also on the sidelines most of the season, and also Tottenham also seemed to be very interested in Pedro Neto, as well as I've reported on Eze also once a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, be sure to have the like button, hit the like button, subscribe to Good No Matters, and obviously have your comments in the comment section below, and let us hear what you say. What's happening regarding Pedro Neto, regarding Dan Bentley, and of course also the fitness history, injury history of Riccardo Calafiori. But with all that said, have a good day, have a good Monday, and we will speak to you soon. Again, subscribe to Good No Matters and like this video, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Cheers.